faces some of its greatest challenges in many generations, challenges which threatens prosperity and stability for people across the globe. The plague of corruption is intertwined in most of them. Corruption has negative impacts on every aspect of society and is profoundly intertwined with conflict and instability, jeopardizing social and economic development and undermining democratic institutions and the rule of law. Corruption not only follows conflict, but is also frequently one of its root causes. It fuels conflict and inhibits peace processes by undermining the rule of law, worsening poverty, facilitating the illicit use of resources, and providing financing for armed conflict. The 2022 International Anti-Corruption Day seeks to highlight the crucial link between anti-corruption and peace, security, and development. At its core is the notion that tackling this crime is the right and responsibility of everyone, and that only through cooperation and the involvement of each and every person and institutions can we overcome the negative impact of this crime. State government officials, civil servants, law enforcement officers, media representatives, the private sector, civil society, academia, the public and the youth alike all have a role to play in uniting the world against corruption. In the course of the program, we shall be bringing you an update on how anti-corruption agencies in Nigeria joined to celebrate this year's International Anti-Corruption Day. It's the Eagle again, a program that keeps you abreast of the activities of the EFCC. I am your host, Aisha Muhammad.
I am Abdurrashid Bawa. I stand against corruption. I call on every patriotic Nigerian to lend their voices in this crusade. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. Together, we will make Nigeria great.
The Executive Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC, Abdurrashid Bawa, has concluded plans to roll out programs aimed at rehabilitating ex-convicts, most of whom are youth that have been convicted for internet fraud-related offences. The EFCC boss gave the hint during a courtesy visit by officials of the Citizenship and Leadership Training Center led by the Director General, Soji Enyade, at the EFCC headquarters, Abuja.
The chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Abdurrashid Bawa, presented Nigeria's statement at the first ministerial meeting of anti-corruption and law enforcement authorities of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, to endorse the Makkah Al-Mukarramah Convention in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. In his presentation, he called on member states to prioritize intra-OIC cooperation based on common values, culture, and joint action. Bawa stated that corruption has no borders, and as a national and transnational crime, it affects all countries, who must also strengthen their collaboration to counter its negative effects, such as weakening of state institutions and governance, deepening poverty, and undermining the economy, peace, and sustainable development. Bawa, who spoke on behalf of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami SAN, told the gathering that the Nigerian administration of President Muhammadu Buhari came to power based on commitment to fighting corruption. He stressed that the current government in Nigeria, since assuming office, mounted a vigorous anti-corruption campaign that has achieved significant successes through the recovery and return of stolen assets to Nigeria, as well as jailing and prosecuting many officials accused of corruption. The EFCC boss said through the country's anti-corruption drive, which also entails the use of ethical and moral tools, Nigeria has introduced a number of policies and legal measures, including the whistleblower policy, which has encouraged patriotic citizens to provide valuable information on suspected cases of corruption and corrupt practices. This policy, he said, contributed to the arrest, prosecution, and recovery of stolen public funds. The EFCC chairman said the government was committed to adopting a holistic anti-corruption approach that includes prevention and enforcement by empowering all relevant agencies such as the EFCC, ICPC, the police, legislature, the judiciary, the media, as well as the civil society. In addition, he said Nigeria was committed to sustaining high-level diplomacy and has developed international partnerships in support of the country's anti-corruption enterprise. He commended the initiative of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to elaborate the draft convention, seeking to provide a legal framework for institutionalized cooperation between the OIC member states through their anti-corruption agencies, describing it as apt and timely. Finally, Bawa thanked the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for hosting the conference and the Secretary General of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, Ambassador Hissène Brahim Taha, for his leadership and efforts to promote intra-OIC cooperations in all domains. According to Bawa, the desire to partner with the relevant organizations to rehabilitate ex-convicts is to allow them to separate themselves from the psychological and environmental factors that made them commit crime in the first place. He said the Commission is very concerned for the future of the youths of Nigeria and does not derive joy in the arrest, investigation, and prosecution of the thousands of youths who are supposed to be in their productive ages, but the job must be done. He stressed that all hands must be on deck to concertedly cleanse the system of all forms of economic and financial crimes, and in so doing, the Commission is thinking of how to rehabilitate and bring the ex-convicts back to the society, hence the collaboration. The rehabilitation, the EFCC boss said, will be from psychological approaches to morality and cognitive sanity, as well as general education such as literacy skills and work training. He stated that the goal is to reintegrate offenders back into society after serving their time in prison. The CLTC Director General Eniade described the objective of the visit as creating a synergy to advance frontiers of the restoration of confidence in national unity and attitudinal change, particularly among the youths and young officers on the impact of individual actions on nation building and the corporate image of the country. While describing the importance of the rehabilitation program as proposed by the EFCC as top-notch, Eniade said it is very important to re-educate and retrain those who commit crime to discourage them from further engaging in the same or in any other crime. Ojo Chukutami Eche, reporting for The Eagle.
My people, my name is Emeka, Meku's car mat. Let me get all this motor. I don't learn my lesson. Somebody come buy motor for my hand, carry big money, come give me. Now when we get bust, now my eye open. I don't know say that 419 be. Now when EFCC grab him, now they come grab me too. Now he make me they warn you. All of them when they do business like me, where they carry big money. Well, I go sometimes I go carry transfer, carry bring back. Yeah. Make una shine in my eye because the special control unit against money laundering, when they call SCUMO, they don't want say if the money pass 5 million naira for individual, no collect them. If it pass 10 million naira for company, no collect them. Carry and go where? Bank. If you not do them like that, 250,000 naira for every day where this offense happen. Or they go suspend your license, or they go cuckoo, shut them down, pata for your hand. No talk say, I no want you.
This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
The 2022 International Anti-Corruption Day is seeking to highlight the crucial link between anti-corruption and peace, security, and development. The 2022 International Anti-Corruption Day marks the start of efforts to mark the 20th anniversary of the UN Convention Against Corruption, UNCAC. As such, anti-corruption agencies in Nigeria, under the auspices of the Interagency Task Team, IATT, came together to celebrate the World Anti-Corruption Day with its theme, UNCAC at 20, Uniting the World Against Corruption.
The chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Abdurrashid Bawa, has called on stakeholders and members of the public to join hands in promoting the integrity of Nigeria's election process to discourage vote trading. Bawa, who spoke through the Commission's Director of Operations, Abdul Karim Chukol, at a ceremony to mark the 2022 International Anti-Corruption Day at Eradua Center, Abuja, noted that the political recruitment process was crucial to the consolidation of the fight against corruption in Nigeria. He stated that the tragedy of recent elections in Nigeria is the demon of vote trading, which both the political class who offer money and the voters who sell their votes for pittance are guilty. He stressed that the consequence for the latter category is harsh, as whenever electorates sell their votes, they lose the moral ground to ask for accountable leadership, while a candidate who pays his way into power or gets into office via the influence of a godfather is least expected to be accountable to the people. His priorities in office will be unrestrained benevolence to his godfather and recouping the resources spent in acquiring the power. Bawa recalls that operatives of the commission had been involved in the monitoring of elections since 2019, including the recently concluded governorship elections in Osun and Ekiti states. This, he said, demonstrates the Commission's commitment to reducing, if not eliminating, the unbridled use of money to manipulate the electoral process. The EFCC commended the global theme for this year's Anti-Corruption Day, UNCAC at 20, Uniting the World Against Corruption. According to him, UNCAC has had a revolutionary impact in mobilizing and directing global action against corruption, and the world truly owes this organ a debt of commendation. He said the best way to do this is by rededicating and recommitting the implementation of all the recommendations of this important anti-corruption organ.
The EFCC also welcomes the focus of the celebration in Nigeria on tackling corruption in the electoral process and the anti-corruption strategy. The importance of transparent, free and fair election cannot be overstated. The political recruitment process is the foundation of the moral health of any administration. A crooked electoral process which subverts the will of the people is unlikely to be birthed an administration with genuine commitment to transparency and accountable leadership. It is therefore in the enlightened self-interest of Nigerians that the anti-corruption movement to ensure free and fair election in 2023.
The ceremony was attended by heads and representatives of anti-corruption agencies, including the Solicitor General of the Federation and Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Justice, Beatrice Jedi Agba, Executive Secretary of the Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, NAITI, Ogbonnaya Oji, UNODC Country Representative to Nigeria, Oliver Stolpe, among others. Abbas Abubakar Umar reporting for the Eagles.
I am a Nigerian youth. This is my call to all children and youth of Nigeria to please shun cybercrime. The internet is to assist us to be better at what we do in a positive way, like research our assignments, learning positive trades and marketing. But these days, young people use the internet to commit all kinds of internet crimes. Yahoo has become the order of the day. Brothers and sisters, cybercrime is affecting the mentality of young people. Cybercrime is affecting our performance and grades in school. Cybercrime is affecting our expected role in the society. Say no to cybercrime for a great Nigeria.
The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) Kaduna State has sought the continuous collaboration of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission Kaduna Zonal Command in tracking of fraudulent electoral campaign financing and vote buying. This plea was made by the new resident electoral commissioner, Mahamuda Isa, when he paid a courtesy visit to the Kaduna Zonal Command of the EFCC. Here are details of his visit and on another report.
Resident Electoral Commissioner for Kaduna State, Mahamuda Isa, said EFCC is a critical stakeholder, a supporting pillar and very important to the success of the 2023 election. Isa stressed that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, relies on EFCC to help in tracking fraudulent campaign financing and vote buyers, as INEC cannot do it alone. In his response, the EFCC Zonal Commander Harry Erin assured Isa of EFCC's continuous support in ensuring that vote buying and fraudulent campaign financing are reduced to the minimum. He said the EFCC has been using its platforms and programs to educate and enlighten the public on the need to vote credible leaders and is open to collaborating with all other relevant agencies and stakeholders. Ojo Chukutami Eche for The Eagle. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) has called on students to be upright, honest and trustworthy and stay away from bad elements who might influence them negatively. This advice was given by the head public affairs of the EFCC Kaduna Zonal Command, Zainab Sani Ahmed, at a sensitization lecture for 8 primary and secondary schools held at LEA Primary School, Trikania, Kaduna. Ahmed used the opportunity to introduce the students to the EFCC Integrity Club Manual, which was publicly presented to Nigerians on 29th November 2022 by the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osimbaju. The students, who are from Community Secondary School Sabongeri, LGEA Primary School Nasarawa 2, UBE Primary School Sabongeri, LGEA Primary School Kudenda, UBE Primary School Nasarawa 3, GSS Nasarawa, GSS Kudenda, and LGEA Primary School Nasarawa pledged to shun exam malpractice, lying, and any form of corruption and resist peer pressure. The event was organized by Forum for Cities in Transition and International Communities Organization, ICO. Ojo Chukutami Eche, reporting for The Eagle.
Next is Conviction Update. Stay tuned.
The EFCC Establishment Act mandates the EFCC to combat economic and financial crimes. The EFCC is also empowered to prosecute, investigate and penalize economic and financial crimes. On this week's convictions report, that is for week 51, which is between 12 to 16 December 2022, the EFCC secured a total of 93 convictions. A breakdown of the convictions showed the Lagos Command topped the list with 44. Headquarters of the Commission in Abuja secured 16, while the Port Harcourt Command got 9. The Ibadan and Ilorin Command both secured 7. Benin got 5, while Gombe, Maiduguri and Sokoto each got 3. The Kano, Kaduna, Maiduguri and Uyo commands secured 1 convictions, bringing the total convictions for the week under review to 93. It is pertinent to state that the EFCC has in 2022 recorded huge success in the prosecution of offenders. A review of the convictions report showed that from 1st January 2022 to December 16, 2022, the EFCC secured a total of 3,717 convictions. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) urges all Nigerian citizens to join this fight against economic and financial crimes, so that we can all together make our country great. Say no to cybercrime. Say no to money laundering and terrorism financing. Say no to all forms of economic and financial crime. Say something when you see something. Back to you, Aisha.
My people, my name is Emeka, Meku's car mat. Let me get all this people. I don't learn my lesson. Somebody come buy motor for my hand, carry big money, come give me. Now when we get bust, now my eye open. I don't know say that 419 be. Now when EFCC grab them, now they come grab me too. Now he make me they warn you, all of them when they do business like me, where they carry big money. Well, I go sometimes I go carry transfer, carry bring back. Yeah, make una shine in my eye because the special control unit against money laundering, what they call SCUMO, they don't want say if the money pass 5 million naira for individual, no no collect am. If he pass 10 million naira for company, no collect am. Carry am go where? Bank. If you no do am like that, 250,000 naira for every day where this offense happen. Or they go suspend your license, or they go cuckoo, shut them down, pata for your hand. No talk say I no want you.
This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
And that's it on this week's episode of The Eagle. Don't forget that you can send an email to info@efcc.gov.ng and speak to our officers and representatives on 0809 3322644, and follow us on all our social media platforms at official EFCC for all matters relating to economic and financial crimes. Use the EFCC mobile app, the Eagle Eye, to report any fraud you see happening around you. You download the app, you follow the steps and report fraud on the go. And you can also take pictures of corrupt practices and upload them. I am Aisha Muhammad, leaving you with this parting words from an American writer, poet, philosopher Susie Kazim that says, "Pick a leader who is strong and confident yet humble, intelligent but not sly, a leader who encourages diversity, not racism, one who understands the needs of the farmer, the teacher, the welder, the doctor, and the environmentalist, not only the banker, the oil tycoon, the weapon developer, or the insurance and pharmaceutical lobbyist. Let's vote wisely and choose credible leaders. Goodbye. God bless Nigeria. Please do stay safe, be kind to yourself and to others, and do enjoy the rest of the week."